This is an Entry 3 Functional Skills Maths paper from NCFE. It's split into two parts. In the first part you can't use a calculator, but you can in the second part. This is the first part. Activity 1, planning a holiday. Claire looks at different holidays. Claire has saved money to pay for her holiday. She has £573 in her savings account and £295 saved at home. What is 573 add 295? We'll use the column method, so we go 573 add 295. 5 and 3 is 8. 9 and 7 is 16, so we're going to put 6 down and 1 carried over. 5 and 2 is 7 and the 1 8. So £868. Claire has 11 months to save her spending money. She saves £85 each month. Work out how much money she saves in 11 months. So £85 each month, and it is 11 months. So we're going to multiply 85 by 11. 1 times 5 equals 5. 1 times 8 equals 8. Moving on to the tens. So we need to put a 0 first. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 8 is 8. So adding these, 5 and 0 is 5. 8 and 5 is 13. So 3 down and 1 is carried over. 8 and 1 is 9. So £935. Claire sees this holiday deals. France £575 35 pence, Norway £535 50 pence, Germany £575 99 pence, Spain £535 75 pence. What is the lowest amount? So looking at these, they are all between 500 and 600. So that first digit doesn't help us much. For that reason, we need to look at the second digit. So that's a 7, that's a 3, that's a 7, that's a 3. So those with a 3 as their second digit will be lower than these two. So we need to focus on Norway and Spain. So we've got the first and the second digit being the same for these two. Looking at the third digit, we've got 5 and 5. So that is again the same. So £535, £535. That is for both. Now looking at the pennies, we've got 50 pence and we've got 75 pence. So this is more expensive. This is going to be cheaper. So £535 and 50 pence is the lowest amount. A holiday to Italy costs £675. Claire sees this offer. Book a holiday to Italy and get £125 off the total cost. How much will the holiday to Italy cost with this offer? So we're going to have to take away 125 from 675. 5 take away 5 gives us 0. 7 take away 2 gives us 5. 6 take away 1 gives us 5. So that's the cost after the discount. Claire buys new clothes and a new suitcase for her holiday. The clothes cost £73.50. The suitcase cost £93.60. How much does she spend in total? So we're going to have to add £73.50 and £93.60. 0 and 0 gives us 0. 5 and 6 gives us 11. So 1 down and 1 carried over. putting the decimal point down. 3 and 3 is 6, and the 1 is 7. 9 and 7 is 16. So £167 and 10 pence. Claire wants to buy holiday insurance. She finds this information. She thinks that insurance company C is the cheapest. Is she correct? Give a reason for your answer. So let's compare them. Looking at C, that is 259. We've got A with 295, B 275, D 297, E 272, F 257, G 279. So is company C the cheapest? They're all between 200 and 300. Their first digit is 2. So we've got to focus on the second digit now. So we've got 9, we've got a 7, we've got 5, which is lowest so far, then 9 again, 7, 5, 7. So we're looking at F and C as being the lowest. And then looking at the next digit, we've got a 9 here and we've got a 7 here, which tells us that F is even cheaper than C. So is she correct? We're going to say no. Company F is the cheapest. This is the end of the first part. This is the second part of the paper. From now on you can use a calculator. Activity 2, choosing a holiday. Claire decides to go to Spain. Claire wants to stay close to the beach. She finds this information. She thinks the Sun Hotel is the closest hotel to the beach. Is she correct? Give a reason for your answer. So Sun Hotel 0.5 kilometers. So that's half a kilometer. In 1 kilometer there are 1000 meters. K helps us there. We use K to mean 1000. So km, 1000 meters. So this is 500 meters. Now Palm Hotel 490 meters. That's closer than 500 because it's a shorter distance. Then we've got Grand Hotel 0.6 kilometers. So 0.5 was 500, 0.6 is 600 meters. So that's further away than the other two. Vista Hotel 540 meters. So that is also further away than the 500 and the 490. However, the closest hotel to the beach is Palm Hotel because it's only 490, not 500 meters away from the beach. So we're going to say no. Palm Hotel is closer to the beach. Claire sees this bar chart on a hotel website. It shows the countries where hotel guests come from. Complete the frequency table to show this information. So, we've got countries and number of guests. So that will be our headings. This is where I got number of guests from. And that's where I got country from. So let's start with the countries. Got UK, number of guests for the UK is between 700 and 800, that is 750. Then we have France, Germany, and Portugal. Let's have a look. France, how many guests from France? That is 500. From Germany, that is 450. And Portugal, that is 800. And we've completed the frequency table. Claire looks at the costs of 2 activities you can do while in Spain. Activity hot air balloon ride, cost £144. Driving lessons £118. She thinks she will need £262 to do both. Claire rounds each cost to the nearest 10 to check her answer. Show how she does this check. So we've got the 2 costs and we need to round to the nearest 10. The 10s are here, so 40, and then the 10s here for 118. So 144, that is in between 140 and 150. Right in the middle will be 145. 144 is perhaps around here, so it's closer to 140. That's why we're going to round it to 140. If this was a 5 and above, we'd round it to 150. Driving lessons, that cost is in between 110 and 120. 118 will be very close to 120, so we're going to round it to 120. Adding these 2 together, we get £260, and that's very close to £262. So we've done it correctly. Claire buys an envelope to keep her travel money in. Measure the width of the envelope. You'll need to use a ruler here, starting from 0 and seeing what that's equal to at the end, so what it measures. And on screen it looks much bigger than it actually is, so there is no point in doing that here, but when you do it on paper, the answer should be 16 centimeters. So first we need to locate the digit that represents the pounds, the unit pounds, right? Or just the units. That is the 5 here. So this tells me that this amount, £145.59, sits in between £145 and £146. Right there, bang on in the middle, will be £145 £145.50. £145.59 will be perhaps here, so that is closer to £146. So to the nearest pound, we'll round this as £146. Activity 3, the airport. Claire goes to the airport. Claire's flight leaves at 6:35 p.m. She has to be at the airport 2 hours before the flight leaves. It will take her 55 minutes to get to the airport. What is the latest time she could leave home? Write your answer in numbers using the 12-hour clock format. So 6:35 p.m. the train leaves. We're gonna go 2 hours backwards, and that will take us to 4:35 p.m. Now we've got another 55 minutes to take away. So if we break this down into 35 and 20, it will make it easier to calculate. So going back 35 minutes, it will take us to 4 p.m. Now another 20 minutes, and that will take us to 3:40 p.m. So that's the latest time she could leave home. Claire weighs her suitcase. How much does suitcase weigh to the nearest labelled division? So it is in between 20 and 25. Labelled means we've got these numbers given to us. So which one is this closer to, 20 or 25? That would be halfway between the two, so it is closer to 20. So 20 kilograms. Claire gets to the check-in desk at this time. What time does the clock show? So we've got this being past 4 o'clock, but it's not 5 o'clock yet. So 4:30 would be here, 35, 40. So 4:40. Six out of 10 bags have been loaded onto the plane. What fraction of the bags have been loaded onto the plane? So 6 out of 10, which we write as 6/10. So what's this other fraction that is equal to 6/10? We've got half of 10 here, which is 5, so half of 6 will be 3. So 3/5, which is the same as 6/10. Claire sees this information in the airport. The table shows the highest temperatures in Spain over 4 days. Complete the bar chart to show this information. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. So that is day of the week. Or just day. And then we're going to show temperature in degrees Celsius. Vertically. Let's check what's the highest temperature this goes to. It is 26, so we need to show that vertically, starting from 0. So if I put 0 down, can we go up in 5? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, up to 30, so that covers 26 as well, so it works. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. Let's plot the data now. So on Monday temperature is 16, so we're going to go up to 16. We need to use a ruler, but because it's so difficult to do that on screen, I'm just going to do it freehand. And then Tuesday we've got 21 degrees, so it goes up to 21. We need to keep the bars same width. Wednesday, that is 26. And Thursday, 18. You could colour the bars in or leave them as they are. It's important that you use a ruler and their lines are straight, so it's clear how you've plotted the data. Staff at the airport have 269 stickers to put on the bags. Write 269 in numbers. So 269. Otherwise, this is now complete. Activity 4, days out. Claire wants to have days out on her holiday. Claire visits a theme park. She is standing in the center facing the animal park. She turns to face the water park. Which way does she turn? Tick your answer. Quarter turn to the right. So from this point, quarter turn to the right, and that's where the water park is, so that is correct. Quarter turn to the left, that is the food hall. Half turn to the right, that's again other things, so the only correct option is option A. The rest of them are wrong. Claire sees this line graph showing the numbers of visitors to the theme park in the past week. She thinks there were twice as many visitors on Wednesday than there were on Tuesday. Is she correct? Give a reason for your answer. So we're comparing Wednesday with Tuesday. So looking at Tuesday, we've got 300, and looking at Wednesday, we've got 500. Is that twice as many? No, because 2 times 300 is 600. So we're going to say no, it's only 500. So it should be 600. Claire buys a snow shaker for her sister. She does not want the snow shaker to have any right angles. Tick the shapes that do not have right angles on any faces. Okay, so these two will have right angles. These two, they will not have right angles on any of the faces. So A and C are the correct options. Visitors can feed the animals in the park. The animal park sells bags of animal food. Goat food 0.8 kilograms, horse food 600 grams. Claire thinks that 0.8 kilograms is heavier than 600 grams. Is she correct? Give a reason for your answer. So, in 1 kilogram, there are 1000 grams. Again, the clue is in the word K. We use K to mean 1000. So kg means 1000 grams. So in 1 kilogram, there are 1000 grams. 0.8 kilograms. That is not 1 kilogram, it's less. So if I'm to show that here, 0 kilograms here and 1 kilogram here, halfway through will be 0.5 kilograms. 1 kilogram, as we said, is 1000 grams, so half will be 500 grams. 0.8 will be around here. That is the same as 800 grams. So we're comparing 800 grams with 600 grams. So Claire thinks that 0.8 kilograms is heavier than 600 grams. Is she correct? Yes, because that is 800 grams. Bird food can be bought in 5 different weights. The weights follow a sequence. What are the next 2 weights? So we've got 0.2, then 0.25, then 0.3. It might help if you link this to money. So 0.2, you could add a 0 at the end. It won't make any difference as it's after the decimal point. So a 0 here as well. So this would be something like 20 pence, 25, 30. So the next one will be 35 pence. The next one will be 40 pence. Now here you could add a 0 or leave it out. It doesn't really matter. Or using a calculator, you could take away this from that. So do 0.25, take away 0.2, and it gives you 0.05. Same thing, if you do 0.3, take away 0.25, it should give you 0.05. So that means this is the amount that's been added on each time. So to get from this to this, you're going to add 0.05. And to get from this to this, you're going to add 0.05. And this is the end of the paper.